Now that you understand how to double authenticate your birth certificate, you're going to want to understand what trusts are and how they can further your freedoms. Most of us have heard of a trust. A popular one is called a revocable living trust, which commonly helps a person pass on property to others once they die, without having to be affected by probate taxes. But before we fully discuss trusts, we need to teach you the three types of law: land, air, and water. Trust law, which is of the air, admiralty or maritime law, which is of the water or sea, and contract law, which is of the land. Trust law, or the law of the air, is God's law or ecclesiastical law. Just like when we say, "In God we trust," trust law is the key to our rights as an heir of the kingdom of heaven of God. In simple terms, a trust is an entity that holds property for the beneficiaries of those that benefit from the trust. See, without an expressed, written, or established trust, the courts simply imply one for you. That means that in order to settle a matter, the court basically takes control and chooses who receives property and how through attorneys, not lawyers. The word attorney definition is to recognize or bring about a transfer, especially of property. You not having a trust could be seen by the court as a mismanagement of your affairs and reason to intervene, which they happily oblige. So what is an express trust? Not to be confused with the aforementioned expressed trust. It is the key to unlocking your shackles. It's known as a direct trust. It's an arrangement that's set up purposefully so that a court can't interfere. Also, it is a completely private trust. Not only is the main reason why you want a trust so you can control your property and assets, but also it acts as a barrier between your sovereign or secured party and commerce under common law. Carlton Weiss makes a good point. The Constitution of the United States of America creates an express trust under the common law, as did the Articles of Confederation, to act as a limited governing entity. Article 4, Section 2 provides a clear protection to the trustees of such trusts to do business on behalf of the trust while not being subjected to foreign business entity laws. The protection is real. If the host state tried to stop you, the trust could actually sue and the state would likely settle out of court. The state constitutions do the same for each individual territory. Therefore, the United States Corporation and all its DBAs and state corporations are in essence nominee trusts created under international law by the original express trusts that were created back at the moment each constitution was ratified. You see, a trust is the tool to engage and control our affairs while protecting ourselves from overreaching government restrictions. Weiss continues, so for example, a man sees an advantage to owning a ranch in a certain jurisdiction. Instead of putting an offer in his own name and making a personal purchase, he draws up an offer to purchase. The trust acquires the property, and the beneficiaries of that trust benefit from his wise decision. He can then contract privately with the trust as to how he may use the property, offsetting his compensation if that use involves anything outside of his duties as trustee. Why are we creating a foreign express trust? By foreign, the trust is outside the jurisdiction of the IRS. The trust will receive an EIN number starting with 98, which means it's a foreign entity. Then, the digit just after the dash being a 6 or 7 identifies zero tax and no file liability. You will be changing your status as a U.S. citizen to a national, which means you have your basic constitutional rights without being subject to the bylaws of the U.S. corporation. An express trust is the only type of trust that actually is a natural person. It provides true generational wealth protection. Now that you know what a trust is, let's move forward through the things you need to provide in order to set yours up.
All right. Really good news. I've already obtained a new number from the IRS. It was really simple. Went online. It was done in like 15 minutes. Simple stuff. Good information. Hope you all enjoy that.